Okay. Hello, and welcome back to our Staying at Home series. This is video 2. We did a question and answers for the first one. Today is going to be a get ready with me for an everyday makeup look. You can see I've got a couple places I'm all natural right now. But this is definitely a more natural makeup look, like I said. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. I always start with a clean face. If y'all see me looking over here all the time, we're just gonna switch that. If y'all see me looking over in this direction, that's because that's where my mirror is. I have my camera again recording today, so it's a little hard to see myself. All right, so I just start with a clean face every time. Make sure you wash before. I normally would moisturize right now if I was going to use a foundation, but since I am using a BB cream, we're just going to get right into it. I'm not going to moisturize because I see that that's a little bit too much for myself. We're going to go in first with a primer. This is the Becca Blacklight Primer. I love this stuff. I'm going to do one pump of that. Y'all can see here, it has like a tint to it and a little bit of a sheen. So we're just going to put that all over. I kind of focus at my T-zone and then start to swipe out. And I just kind of pat once I get to the outer part of my face. And you can kind of see already it has a nice glow to it. So, there's the primer. And then I just kind of drag that down onto my chin. Okay, so now that we have our primer in, give that a second. Next we're going to go in with a BB cream. I personally use the Tarte Amazonian Clay BB cream in light and medium. It's a little darkish for me right now. So I'm just going to put a small dot right there on my brush. This is just a foundation brush from it. And I just kind of focus this more along my cheeks and chin because I want to get my full coverage with my concealer, just because it's Shape Tape and I feel like it's really full coverage, so I don't need a ton of BB cream. I will go back in with BB cream. I'll probably do that today and get certain places with more coverage because this is a really light coverage look. If you ever used a BB cream, you know it's just a tin moisturizer. So, all right. Sometimes I won't even wear BB cream. I'll just wear concealer and set that, and then contour. But I'm gonna do a little bit of BB cream since it's getting into the warmer months. BB cream is great for spring and summer, so that's usually when I tend to wear it more. Alright, so you can see it has a little bit of coverage. I'll just blend that into my ears. I'm gonna go back in with a little bit more. Another little dot about that size, and just get the areas that I want to have a little bit more coverage that the concealer is not going to go most in. So I can kind of stay away from my T-zone in this point because that's where most of my concealer goes when I start to contour. So I'm going to stay mostly on my cheeks and forehead. Again, just carry that down your neck so everything's nice and blended. Okay. Alright, and now we're going to go in with the concealer. I use Shape Tape concealer from Tarte, and I am in the color Fair Neutral. Let's go with this one. So basically where I focus is below my eyes, down my nose, on my chin. Any problem areas I'm having, which I have 2 little places, and in between my brows and up to my forehead. And then since I'm wearing BB cream, if I have a full coverage foundation, I don't worry about doing this part, but since I am, I'll go a little bit right here. I am by no means professional, so you don't have to take my advice. This is just what I do. Alright, I'm going to go back in with that same foundation brush. I really just kind of mix it up between using a sponge, and sometimes I just feel like a foundation brush doesn't soak up the product as much. You can already see how it's kind of giving me a little bit more coverage in those areas. So we're going to go down and we're just blending all of this out. I like to kind of just tap into my face. Try not to pull too much because I want to keep our skin looking nice and firm. Try to prevent as many wrinkles as possible. And I just kind of drag this up onto my forehead. Alright, now for the eyes, I'm just going to drag upward, just gently tapping. And I'm going to bring the product onto my eyelids to get a base for my eyeshadow we're going to do today. So now I'm just carrying the concealer over onto my inner part. Okay, I'm going to do the same over here. Again, just going in a upward motion. This will make it easier when you go into contour with your bronzer. I will go back in my inner corner if I feel like I need it with more concealer, just because I feel like I have dark inner corners. But we'll see what we're looking like today. I'm really just going out to pick up lunch today. Not doing anything besides schoolwork, so we're just getting ready for the day. I know that everyone is staying at home, hopefully, if you're not having to go out to work. If you're working from home or all your classes are online, I think a good tip is to try to keep up as much of a daily routine as you can during this time. So for me, if that's putting on a little bit of makeup every now and then, that just makes me personally feel better. So since this is a light makeup look, I'm not going to do too much, but now I'm going to go in for my eyes, really natural. I'm going to use actually a bronzer on my eyes today, and then I'll go in to kind of highlight a little bit. I just use the Chocolate Soleil bronzer from Too Faced. This is the bronzer I use on my face, so it does a really good job of keeping that natural golden bronze look. This is a really good trick if you are just not wanting to do a lot of eyeshadow. But I'm just going in with a big fluffy brush and focusing on here and then blending it outward in a swiping motion. Doesn't have to be perfect because this is a really light look. Just doing the same thing on this side. Focusing it right here and then sweeping outward in that wiping motion. Okay, so that looks pretty even, I guess. If I wanted to just give it a little bit more, because this is normally what I would do to go to work too all the time, I would go in with just a little bit of a deeper color in the outer corners, but not doing anything again today, like I said. So I'm going to go in with the Too Faced Natural Lust eyeshadow palette. This is one of my favorites. Just looks like this, beautiful. So I'm going to take the It Cosmetics Flawless All Over eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to go in with this color Silk Robe right here. You can see it's just a nice creamy color, and I'm going to go in on towards the inner part of my eyelid and just go blend that over to the middle just to brighten it up a little bit. So that's Silk Robe. Do the same thing on this side, and I'm going to start to drag it down inner corners. Now I'm going to go in with the shade Buff It Out, which is this top one, and I'm going to go in a swapping motion right underneath my brow bone. And just blend downward. Just want it to all kind of come together. So there's the other brow. Boom, going right underneath and just taking downward. I'm going to go with that same shade Buff It Out and go underneath the inner corner. Alright, so there's that. Now I'm going to take, this is actually a setting brush, but it's a small brush that I just use to blend everything together. So this is, again, really simple. Nothing crazy. If you all want me to, leave in the comments, and I can do a more elaborate eyeshadow look and a full face that I would do if I were going to dinner with friends or